Marcus had always been the kind of father everyone admired. At 45, he worked as a civil engineer and dedicated every free minute to his 16-year-old son, Daniel. Soccer games on Saturdays, conversations about life, plans for college. Marcus was present for everything. His wife, Rebecca, was a literature professor and completed the perfect picture of a middle-class American family. It all began to crumble one afternoon in October when Daniel came home from school, excited about a science project. The teacher had proposed that the students take DNA ancestry tests to study genetics and population migration. "Dad, can I do it? It's just a kit we order online. It'll be amazing to discover our origins," said Daniel, his eyes shining with enthusiasm. Marcus saw no problem at all. In fact, he found it interesting. Rebecca, however, paled when she heard about the project. "I don't think it's necessary, Daniel. We already know our origins. My family is Italian, your father's is German and Irish," she said, her voice trembling imperceptibly. "But Mom, it's for school, and it'll be fun to see the exact percentages," the boy insisted. Marcus intervened. "Let the boy do it, Becca. It's just a school assignment." Rebecca had no choice but to agree, but in the following weeks she became visibly anxious. Marcus noticed that she checked the mail obsessively, barely slept, and was more distant. When the results arrived, Daniel excitedly tore open the envelope, but his expression changed from excitement to confusion. "In seconds, this doesn't make sense," he murmured, looking at the sheet of paper. "It says here that I have 62% sub-Saharan African ancestry, 25% European, and 13% Caribbean. How is that possible?" Marcus snatched the paper from his son's hands. His blood ran cold. He and Rebecca were white, very white. There was no way Daniel could have this genetic makeup as their biological son. "It must be a lab error," Marcus said, but his voice came out strangled. Rebecca was frozen on the sofa, her hands trembling. Tears began to stream down her face. "Mom, what's happening?" Daniel asked, now frightened. Marcus looked at his wife, and at that moment, 16 years of memories began to rearrange themselves in his mind like pieces of a macabre puzzle. The business trip Rebecca took to Miami in 2007. The nephew of her former boss, who appeared in some old photos, a black man she always described only as a co-worker. Her insistence on giving birth in another city, claiming she wanted to be near her mother. "Rebecca," Marcus's voice came out as a deadly whisper. "What have you done?" She collapsed. Between convulsive sobs, the truth poured out like poison. In 2007, during an educational conference in Miami, Rebecca had a 3-day affair with a visiting professor named Andre, a black man of Haitian origin. When she discovered she was pregnant 6 weeks later, she panicked. Marcus and she had been trying to have a baby for 2 years. She calculated the dates, realized she had been with Marcus that same week, and made the decision that would destroy everything to pretend the baby was his. "I was so afraid of losing you," Rebecca cried. "We wanted a child so badly. I thought that if it looked like you, if I never told anyone, we could be a happy family." Daniel was in shock, tears streaming silently. Marcus felt as if the ground had disappeared beneath his feet. 16 years. 16 years of lies. Every diaper change, every fever, every soccer game, every "I love you, son," all built on a deception. "Get out of my house," Marcus said, his voice eerily calm. "Marcus, please, get out." Rebecca grabbed the keys and left, leaving father and son in a devastating silence. In the following days, Marcus could barely look at Daniel, the boy he had raised, who had his mannerisms, his jokes, his dreams. He wasn't his. Biologically, he was a stranger. Marcus hated himself for thinking that way, but he couldn't help it. Daniel, for his part, was devastated. "Dad, do you still love me?" he asked one night, his voice broken. Marcus lifted his eyes, swollen from crying so much. He looked at that young man, scared, confused, innocent in all of this. And then came the twist that no one expected. not even himself. Daniel, Marcus began, swallowing hard. I've spent these last few days thinking about every moment we spent together, and I realized something. The boy waited, holding his breath. Biology doesn't define fatherhood. You are my son because I choose you to be. Because I was there when you were born, when you took your first steps, when you lost your first tooth. I taught you to ride a bike. I was the one who chased away your nightmares. DNA is just genetic code. But love is a daily choice. Daniel collapsed into his father's arms, both of them crying. But I'm still angry. Very angry. No from you, never from you. But from the situation, from the lie, from everything we lost because his mother didn't trust me enough to tell the truth. The family was never the same again. Marcus and Rebecca divorced 6 months later, but Marcus fought fiercely for joint custody of Daniel, proving in court that fatherhood transcends genetics. He had been Daniel's father for 16 years, and no DNA test would change that. Rebecca moved to another city, carrying the weight of guilt. Daniel visited her monthly, but their relationship never fully recovered. The real turning point came 2 years later when Daniel, now 18, decided to look for his biological father. Andre, upon learning about his son, was shocked Rebecca had never told him. He was married, had 3 children, and the news devastated his family as well. When Daniel finally met Andre, he felt nothing, no connection. The man in front of him was a stranger with whom he shared DNA, but nothing more. My father is Marcus, Daniel told Andre. You are just the man who provided half of my genetic code. But a father is the one who raises, who loves, who stays. The story of the DNA test that broke a family has a bittersweet ending. Marcus and Daniel remain inseparable. Marcus never remarried, dedicating himself to being the best father possible. Daniel is now studying medicine, inspired by the experience to better understand genetics, but also the importance of ethics and truth. Rebecca's lie destroyed her marriage and almost destroyed the relationship between father and son. But it also revealed a deeper truth, that family is built through choices, sacrifices, and unconditional love, not just through DNA. The test that was supposed to be just a school project became a devastating lesson about infidelity, lies, and the complex layers of what it truly means to be a father. And although the truth broke the family as they knew it, it also allowed something more honest and genuine to be rebuilt from the ashes. Sometimes the truth hurts, but a lie always hurts more because it robs people of the right to choose how to respond, how to love, and how to move forward. Marcus chose love, and that choice made all the difference.